Hey, it's Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, which means I work for you and I love doing so. So at any time you have a question about this Carolina Panthers team, whether it's for a player, a coach, or even for myself, I encourage you to just go ahead and leave a comment with me below. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications. This channel is a sports outlet that goes live for the purpose of interacting with fans. So it really benefits you to go ahead and hit that notification button as well. So last night, Carolina Panthers, it almost seems lost with the injuries that this was a solid game that was put together. It was a shutout game, even though it's preseason. A shutout game is something to be happy about. You didn't not only did not let the team get into the red zone, you didn't let them score even a field goal. And kickers these days can kick from 50, 60 yards out. So good game last night. Great win. Carolina Panthers finally got on the in the win column here in the preseason. But the story, no doubt, and understandably so, are about the injuries. We suffered quite a few injuries last night. So that's really all this update is about, because after this, now it's time to kind of wait and see what's going to happen with cut downs. The guys are at the facility today just doing some medical checkup type things. They will have practice on, I'm sorry, they will not have practice on Sunday. They will have practice on Monday. Coach Rule said on cut day Tuesday, he's not going to do anything. And then there continues some more practices during the rest of the week. But let's go ahead without further ado. Sam Darnold was injured last night. Quarterback, kicker Zane Gonzalez was hurt last night. And then our fullback, Giovanni Ricci, he was also injured last night. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play a clip from Coach Rule, who we just had the chance to speak with media-wise. Let him explain what the latest injury updates are on all of those guys. Give me 1 second, because that's not how I want to play it. I want to do that, and then hold on.
Number one, Zane Gonzalez. Looks like it's a significant long-term injury. He's going to be seen by a specialist, and that will lead to any future decisions that have to be made. But it is a significant injury to his groin, and obviously our thoughts are with Zane at this time. He's a warrior. He'll find a way to battle back, and we'll find out exactly what the length of that is. Scott and all of our people right now are working on getting some good guys in and figuring out what our options are in the interim. Secondly, in terms of Sam, Sam had his MRI today. He does have a high ankle sprain. In terms of the length of that, we're not sure of the exact length. We've sent those images to specialists to try to gauge it. But again, that does look like a significant injury that could take some time. So with that, Gio Ricci also, Gio is in getting the MRI now, so we'll know. Doesn't seem to be as significant as those other injuries. And Derek Brown and those guys came out of the game okay. So with that, I'll see what questions you have.
All righty, so there you see Coach Rule really, and his response there, his opening response to the media today, address all the major questions that we had about the injuries. Number one, Zane Gonzalez. It seems like it's going to be a significant a significant injury, therefore causing him to miss a significant amount of time. Now, I will admit, when I'm having the homer moment, if you will, Zane was a guy I talked with last year one-on-one. He was really, really cool. Every time, this was our first time being in the locker room last night in 2 years. So I wasn't able to see him much, but I did see him one time, like walking in the parking lot, and he spoke to me, and I was like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. Talked to him some more down training. Anyway, nevertheless, it goes to say that last night, I could tell, I felt a little extra pain for the guy, because I know he told me how much it hurt getting hurt. When I say that back to back, how much it was a disappointment to be hurt in Buffalo last December and miss the rest of the season. Last night in the locker room, he looked pretty bummed, really bummed. And I managed to give him a fist bump. Didn't want to say anything, because who knows what he was dealing with at that time with the pain. He was on some crutches. So How they're going to handle it? Well, you heard Coach Rule talked about it. They are going to be looking for, exploring the possibilities. They know that he could be out for a while, so they need to do things such as, um, I believe Tabor's a special teams coach. He's already on it, looking at what guys could be cut, meaning they could come available possibly in the next couple of days, and then just looking at what guys are out there as a free agent. But Rule saying, really, no matter who it is, it's somebody that they're going to have to rally with and be supportive of being on this team, because they're absolutely going to need somebody while Zane is out, and that's an important position for the team. Kicking those field goals, kicking the ball off, getting it deep into the end zone with touchbacks. So we'll see how that plays out. And Sam Darnold doesn't know the grade of the injury, does not know exactly how long that'll be out. Right now, everything out there in the world is saying possibly it's a 4 to 6 week type of injury. That's nothing official. That's just hearsay right now with the time frame that Sam could be out. Certainly puts the whole quarterback situation into what do we do now kind of mode, because we thought that we were going to have Sam. We thought that we were going to have Matt. And now within a week, we don't have Matt or Sam. We have Baker and PJ Walker. When asked about PJ Walker as the backup, naturally he said, yeah, he has confidence. They had a staff meeting this morning. Ben felt good about his performance, PJ's performance, how he bounced back from the bad game against the Commanders, was it? No, the Patriots last week. But I feel like that's kind of like what you have to say as the head coach. You can't just say, no, I don't. But he said, we're always going to be trying to do what's best for the team and look at some other opportunities out there. Saying PJ's biggest thing is, if he can stop those 1 or 2 mistakes, you guys know how I feel. I don't feel like PJ cannot make those 1 or 2 mistakes. I just really feel like that's who he is. At least that's who he is right now. And I would like for us to seek someone else. I think it needs to be done quickly. And I think that it will be done quickly because, again, as of Tuesday, when rosters need to be cut down, you're going to have a lot of movement. So expect Fitterer and his crew to already have their boards, draft boards, if you will. I'm using air quotes that you can't see. Have that board laid out for what they want to do to get some replacement in there, because that person that would back up Baker really needs to get up to speed quickly. And last but not least, Giovanni Ricci. Update on him. He's having an MRI, but they don't feel like it's going to be anything bad. It was a growing injury that he suffered last night that had him out of the game. But again, they feel like it's not going to be anything significant. So the rest of the injuries that they had yesterday, I'm not going to go through them because Coach said they're really just precautionary with those guys and having them out for the game last night. So there you have it. It's the current situation of the 3 injuries that were significant that took place last night. And we'll see where we go from here. Let me see if there's any questions that are out there. I always like to make sure I touch base with the questions. What's going on, Chris Johnson? Appreciate you tuning in. What else we got? Rusty, how did you like the Bake show last night? So Baker, I was happy with Baker last night. Finally got a chance to introduce myself to Baker last night. As media members, we always want to have somewhat of a professional, personal relationship, if that makes sense to you. I like that he was approachable. And, me just stopping by his locker to say hello. I also liked his performance last night. 2 touchdowns thrown. He had some scrambles in which he, did not do something foolish with the ball. One time running out, another time just throwing it away. He had some incompletions that were on running backs' hands, and they just did not hold on to him that should have been held on to. And yeah, I like what he see. What in the world did I just say? I like what I saw last night with Baker Mayfield, and certainly looking forward to the season. Not only watching him on the field, but talking to him in press conferences seem like they're going to be pretty entertaining for all of us. So appreciate the question there, Rusty. What's good, Trill? Hey, so are there any names you're hearing for kickers or backup QBs? Thanks, Chance, for the question. So right now, with all this just happening last night, well, even yesterday afternoon, early afternoon, where you could start to hear some rumors come up. It was late last night. I mean, I didn't get out of the stadium until midnight. Certainly, they're working on it. So at this point, Chance, nothing's come out about who, other than they are looking both at the free agent kickers, but they're also looking at, kickers that are on squads right now that may have more than one, which one of those may be let go. And hey, if they decide to let this guy go, then hey, we do like this second guy as a kicker for this team. So certainly we'll continue to go live and bring information to you concerning those situations on the kickers or QB front, if any of those start to come out and see them. Get Ryan Fitz. Didn't he retire? Ryan Fitzpatrick? I thought he retired. Yeah, he retired. So not that guys cannot unretire. That certainly happened before, so it wouldn't be the first time for that. Currently, Fitzpatrick is retired, so we'll see. Trade talk, wide receiver Denzel Mims. Yeah, so that there's been some talk about that. No new news on that in terms of getting some wide receiver depth. We shall see. We shall see. I'll give you all a chance to ask any more questions before I bounce off of here. Anybody have any comments or opinion on Andre Roberts, if we're going to keep him? He's a guy that came in and, from a coach's perspective, was talked highly of as the solution. And I haven't seen him in a game do anything, not be present. So in terms of getting a kickoff return or a punt return for us. So I don't know about his ability to stay on the roster, but we'll just wait and see. Again, a couple days here, things are going to start to fall pretty quickly. So if you want to stay up to date, if you want to get the latest news, if you want to have a media person to talk to and ask directly some questions, again, your invitation is to lock it in here. Hit that subscription button. Help me get to 5,000 subscribers. We've got a little over 2 weeks to get there. And hit the like button and hit that bell notification so when we do make some changes, you can talk to me and get your questions answered. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for the interaction. Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte.